Representative Norris, if you'd identify yourself for the record and then proceed with introducing the bill, please.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm Representative Matt Norris, representing the Blaine and Lexington area here in the Minnesota House, and I'd like to move House File 3454.
Okay, House File 3454 has been introduced, and if you would like to explain the bill, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So one of the favorite doors that I get to knock when I'm going around my district is actually a military recruiter. And I always enjoy the opportunity to stop by and chat with him and thank him for his service and his work, but also, talk to him about what's the environment looking like? What are some of the challenges? Is it, is he, having a good success rate recruiting? Are there some headwinds that they're facing? And just really enjoy the opportunity to kind of pick his brain and hear, what does the pipeline look like to make sure that we can maintain the level of military readiness that we need for our state and our nation. And so when this bill came along, I was really excited and it leapt at the opportunity to carry it because it creates a referral bonus program. And I think about this as just one additional tool that we can put in my constituents' toolbox and the toolbox of our Minnesota National Guard to make sure that we do hit those enlistment goals that we're aiming for. I know we just heard a little bit about some of the challenges we're facing there, but I think this is one bill that we can bring forward to help give them a little bit of an extra boost to meet those goals and maintain the readiness that we need. And with that, Mr. Chair, I'll turn it over to Mr. Kerr to talk a little bit more about the bill.
Mr. Kerr.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, members of the committee. So this is a very important tool that we think the Adjutant General may need added to the toolbox. As we're looking at this very difficult recruiting environment across the nation, a number of states have implemented a similar program, and what this basically does is it pays a bonus to someone that refers someone who enlists. And that's an authority that the Adjutant General does not currently have, but one that has really come up numerous times as being a potential real benefit for our overall recruiting program by being able to incentivize folks who are currently serving to provide leads that will enlist. And though the Adjutant General is not 100% decided that he wants to do this, what we identified as we were doing the research on this is that, well, you don't currently have the authority to anyway. So if you think you want to go there, the first thing we need to do is get the authority to do so. And the presumption would be that this would be funded from the enlistment incentives appropriation from that existing pool of resources. So there's no fiscal note attached to this thing because all it is authority at this point to operate within the context of the funding that's already provided by the legislature.
Good. Thank you, Mr. Kerr. Representative Wilson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So I was still a young lad when the United States Army had their referral bonus program many years ago. And so when I joined, I did not have the opportunity to refer anyone. There wasn't a little line at the bottom there. From my understanding, the Army got rid of this referral bonus program due to some serious fraud involved in it. And so I would hope that if we in the Minnesota National Guard begin utilizing this as a tool to increase our recruitment, that you would at least provide a list, provide some form of extra eyes on to the legislature so we know who, if there's an individual who's received, 15 referrals and you're like, is this kid is this person the most popular person in school? Or is this an actual recruiter? Or is there a limit to how many referral bonuses you can receive as a human being? This is something that, whereas it could be a really awesome tool to help you build the house, it could also result in the house turning out, burning up. And this could be a real black eye for the U.S. or for the Minnesota National Guard. So I hope that as this moves forward, Representative Norris, you'll look at putting some guardrails in it with the legislature or with anyone in particular, just so we can make sure that we're not reinventing a wheel that's going to go flat on us like it did 15 years ago. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Representative Wilson. Mr. Kerr, would you like to comment?
Thank you, Mr. Chair and Representative Olson. Yeah, very good point. And that was called the GRAP program, the Guard Recruit Assistance Program at the national level. And there were some real problems with the GRAP program and how it was implemented. The chain of command relied very heavily on a contractor to provide oversight, which in hindsight proved to be completely inappropriate. And your concerns are very deeply shared, which is the biggest reason we haven't been pushing this harder was the concern over the previous experience with that. But we certainly would be amenable to an amendment that would require legislative reporting should the program be put into effect. Obviously, we would put some pretty serious guardrails inside our program, but we would not object at all to having a legislative reporting requirement added. And I think that would have to happen here because I don't think this is going anywhere else. But it could certainly be laid on the table. We could work that amendment and then bring it back up at some future date, Mr. Chair.
Yes, if you would work with Representative Norris, Mr. Kerr, I think that's
Absolutely.
a good idea. Representative Bliss?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just real quick on that note also, is there a mechanism to have the department report to the legislature when something is implemented, not just reporting as it's going on, but when it's implemented? If we could maybe add something like that as well.
Mr. Kerr?
Mr. Chair and Representative Bliss would be happy to do that as well. We can roll that into the same device.
Good. So we have some additional work to do on this bill. And the bill is then laid over, and we'll bring it up again once we get the adjusted wording in it. Good. Thank you, Representative Norris, Mr. Kerr.